For the cutter, Kuliza gets one to go.
Second and third now for Bedford. That's a line drive single. And Charlie Cariello now strikes out Ryan Stramp.
Draws the double, redodges, beautiful, and scores. Stick quickly, Purnell drives righty, shoots, scores.
That is it. Bedford is your girls lacrosse champion. The Bulldogs are champs once again.
Thank you.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Bedford High Stadium here on a gorgeous Tuesday evening. We're ready to kick off Division I girls lacrosse season tonight as the Bulldogs, defending champs in D1, take on the Concord Crimson Tide. I'm here with Corey Munstentiger. I'm Harry Kozlowski. And for the first time ever, the Bulldogs come into a season as defending champs at D1. They were defending champs in D2 back in 2014, but this time it's on the top, on the D1 side.
It'll be a good opportunity to see if they can run the table again. Phenomenal class last year of seniors. They were able to go out on top, and now Coach Hodgson is looking to rebuild after seeing a phenomenal class graduate, seeing several players playing in college at this point in time at very high levels. But she has a great squad ready to pick up where the last team left off.
And they're going to be relying on current seniors, players like Olivia Matthews, number 2. She's a senior this year, as is Audrey Purnell, Libby Norris, Natalie Denon,
Thank you.
Megan Muir, and those are your starting seniors. Other starters for the Bulldogs today include Maddie Kiley, another important player, Makita Berry, Irene Sy, she'll be in net, Leah LeBlanc, Izzy Rogers, along with Melanie Gibson and Kathleen De Silva. On the Concord side, starters include Sydney Brown, Charlotte Dill, Leah Folds, Sarah Lucci, Lexi McGee, Lily Merrill, Brooke Nelson, Sophia Payne, Emma Pelletier, Ava Philbrook, Abigail Poole, she'll be the starting goaltender, and Grace Smith, number 24. Teams are ready at midfield for the tip-off. Not sure what the holdup is here. Officials are...
Oh, the officials just arrived.
Well, it seems like the officials just got here, Harry, so they're making some adjustments, checking things out, checking with the scorers table on the far sideline, making a last adjustment here and there before they get things started.
Where the hell is April?
Terrific weather for this opening day. April can be it could be pretty nice or pretty cold, and we lucked out today with a 70-degree day. Temperatures hanging in around the 60s right now under a clear sky, but the lights are on here as it'll start getting dark as we play.
We're seeing some rule changes this year, too, in the girls' game, as there'll be some green cards issued. It's a little bit of a new look to how fouls are administered on the field. So we'll talk through those as we encounter them throughout. As you see here, Olivia Matthews taking the first draw and getting down to the field quickly.
And coming right down the middle is a shot by Kiley. That goes in. Did it go in?
Maddie Kiley buries one low quickly. Abby Poole didn't have much of a chance there for Concord. Quick draw win right down the field. Olivia Matthews. Nice little pass across the field, finding Maddie Kiley open in the middle. Little bounce shot. It's good, and the Bulldogs pick up where they left off last spring.
Another face-off, ready to go. Ball's in the air, and Concord comes up with it that time. Pelletier with the ball. She carries it into the attack zone. Pass up ahead. Now a centering pass. Shot high. Oh, that's off the post.
Great cut there from the Concord player right through the middle. Caught it in traffic, just couldn't quite finish.
Philbrook had it momentarily.
He is next to me.
Tide still with the ball. Now it's on the ground. able to recover his Pelletier. Drops it off to Philbrook. Nelson.
No.
Here's Merrill, now behind X with the ball. Concord taking their time, working the perimeter here.
Needed some positive feedback.
Drifting behind X, now wraparound attempt. That goes high. That shot by Payne, number 33, picked up by the Bulldogs, and they come the other way.
That's Liv Matthews there, hustling it down all the way in the corner. Great job by the senior, making sure that her team got possession, getting it up the field. Kylie, she's got multiple defenders on her, but they drop off as she crosses the center line. Now Bedford on the attack. Matthews to Purnell. Purnell with it again, taking the pass from her teammate, number 5. Boom.
And there's a shot and a goal.
Matthews driving hard, left hand right into the middle. Just too much space and a fantastic shot, picking the top right corner. Offside high, tough for that goalie to catch up to it. Abby Poole was caught dead, deer in the headlights. And Matthews finishes as the Bulldogs go up 2-0.
So just moments into this contest, Bulldogs are up 2-0.
You see the Bulldogs alignment here as they take the draw. They shade on the defensive end as Audrey Purnell comes back. She's a midfielder, but on the draw they come all the way back to prevent fast breaks and odd person situations.
Pelletier wins that face-off and now brings the ball over. Correction, now is Lucy with the ball. Philbrook, back to Lucy, being guarded, drops it off.
Good help by the adjacent defenders there. It was Audrey Purnell sneaking over to prevent that drive by the Crimson Tide. I believe it was Lucy that had it.
Now behind X, Concord with the ball. Drifting up. Centering pass. There's a shot and a goal. Nelson with that one, number 8. Brooke Nelson able to get the Tide on the board there at 9:21 left in the first.
Great cut on the backside there. Nelson found some daylight, was able to make that catch kind of through traffic. Beautiful pass on that backside. Concord brings it back to 2-1.
Good response there by the Tide. Really shows the importance of winning that face-off.
Draw. Come on, Harry. Draw.
Draw. Thank you.
You call it a draw in the women's game.
This time Bedford comes up with it.
Maddie Kiley doing well to control the draw.
She's got some room as she enters the offensive zone. Matthews to Muir. Down low, that was LeBlanc. Now behind X, Rogers looks for an outlet pass. Gets it to Matthews. Actually, he leaves it there for Matthews. That was Kiley with the ball. Matthews looking, waiting, decides to drive, coming down the middle. Shot high over the net, but it's backed up by the Bulldogs. They'll retain possession.
She's just so quick, Olivia Matthews, with that step. She dodges to the left. She gives a little jab step to her right, freezes the defender, and that's just enough for her quick feet to get her a little bit of room and around and an easy shot off. We're going to have an empty check here on Concord on that ground ball, so Natalie Denon will pick it up, start things for the Bulldogs. The empty check is a player going for a ground ball. If they do not have possession of the ball quite yet, their stick is considered empty. You cannot check their stick if it's empty.
Now Kiley decides to back up, leaves it to Muir. Cross pass to Matthews. Matthews tried to get it inside, ball on the ground.
Good defensive play inside by Sydney Brown.
Yeah, Purnell couldn't come up with the ball, and this time the Tide get the ball back and they break out. fighting off numerous stick checks. Pass up to Nelson.
Sarah Lucy getting that ground ball and powering through all those checks for Concord.
Ramshaw for Concord now, settling things down. They got a timeout here. She'll be able to start. Ramshaw. Official gets in her way there, gets it behind the goal. Cross pass broken up by the Bulldogs. Ball on the ground. Tide retain possession. No, Bedford gets it back. That's Matthews.
Yeah, great hustle, phenomenal stick control there by Matthews to snatch that out of the air, roll away from pressure, and then find a cutting player on that far wing, who's Natalie Denon, bringing it all the way behind the cage.
Now LeBlanc drifts up to the goal line extended, leaves it for Kylie. And over to Matthews. Purnell now. Back to Matthews, and now Kylie. Bedford taking their time. Kylie looking for a shooting lane. Turns, fires a shot. That goes wide, out of bounds. Bedford backs it up. They retain possession. Pass up now to Matthews. 2-1 Bedford in the lead. 6:06 to go here in the first. Now Matthews with the pass inside, the shot, and scores high.
Matthews with the goal, fed by Purnell. Two early goals by Matthews. She's just so strong cutting through the middle. Sure hands, too, as she was catching that through traffic. The defender was right on her hip and was able to concentrate, keep it in her stick, and finished hard. Offside for the goalie. Again, Poole's having a tough time catching up with that, but that's such a hard shot to the offside.
On the draw, they're going to do that over again. Ball did not achieve the required height. So Kylie and Lucy will take another draw. The ball is set, up in the air, and they're going to give possession to Concord. Not sure why there.
Yeah, they're calling it an illegal draw movement on Kylie. She was pushing it forward instead of pushing it up, as the official was explaining it as they moved away from the draw area there. Didn't like the movement forward instead of up, so they award it to Concord, and Concord will reset their half-field offense.
Well, Kylie might have gotten away with that same move a little earlier. She was able to come up with a possession off a draw in a similar fashion. Officials are going to crack down there, but now Concord with the ball, trailing 3-1. 5:17 to go here in the first.
Yeah, free position, 8-meter here, as the defender was getting a little tough with that cross-check hold. Official felt she pushed out on it.
Nelson's got the free start here. She has the only Concord goal. And
good save.
She makes a save there.
Irene Tsai with the save. Well done. Ball gets batted down here, and the Bulldogs are out to the races. Libby Norris getting it up quickly to Kylie. Kylie into the middle. Here's Mir. Great save. Well done, Abby Poole. Stick side high, was able to keep that out of the net.
Ball on the ground, picked up there by the Tide, and a foul is called here. Free start for Concord. Folds will pass the ball off. A little high pass there, came down with it. Pelletier carries it into the Bedford end. Now the Tide set up their offense. Lucy. Cross to Arndt. And Philbrook sends it behind X. Now it comes back on top.
Concord taking a very patient approach to their offensive possessions, working it around, getting a few touches around the outside. Here goes Matthews. Good defense, got the ball on the ground. We're going to see the first green card. Oh, it's a yellow. So the yellow is going to be 2 minutes as the Bulldogs will go up a player. They'll have an extra person opportunity here as Matthews took a stick to the head.
It's going to be Pelletier who serves out that 2-minute penalty.
So Matthews will start where the foul happened and get things going in their direction. And as mentioned, this will be an extra person opportunity, extra attacker opportunity for the Bulldogs. Purnell's going to hustle it into the offensive end.
Now she pulls up, waits for her teammates to join her. Matthews collects the pass. Whistle is blown.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs went offside. No, they didn't. Concord went offside, excuse me. So again, when there's a player short, they have to have the extra extra attacker up on the offensive side there. So now a player gets sent behind Matthews as they restart. Kylie looks to move it quickly. Again, there's an extra player here, so somebody's open. They find Denon right in the middle. Ooh, bounce shot goes over the cage.
Did Poole get her stick on that shot?
I think it was just a real high bouncer, and Denon's shot just was coming from a high angle, and it went too high.
Well, Bedford gets a second chance here as they backed up that shot. Kylie.
Good job by Rogers hustling towards that ball where it went out, when it went out.
Matthews directing traffic. Kylie, pass down low to LeBlanc. She's going to drift behind goal line extended. Gives it off. Pass inside there to Purnell.
She got to pull it back by several players, so she had to pull it back out. And now here's Kylie scoring.
Low shot this time, beats Poole.
So Kylie's second of the day puts the Bulldogs up 4-1. 1:47 to go in the first.
Number 3, Maddie Kylie.
So Cy in net for Bedford, right? Wearing number 33?
Correct. That's Irene Cy. Some of the numbers are a little mixed up on our roster here, but that is the starter, Irene Cy. The sophomore getting the nod back there between the pipes.
1:47 left in the first. There's the draw, and the ball goes right to Matthews. Bedford with possession once again, with an opportunity to add to this lead. 1:30 to go in the first. Here's Kylie. Waits to Matthews. Purnell. Now Muir. Matthews again stops.
Thank you. Yep.
Gets it to Purnell. Purnell looking for an outlet. Pass down low to Denon.
Great shot. I mean, that's stick side high, but that's point blank, and just the velocity of that, there's no way Poole was catching up to that. Stick side high. Denon sticks it right in the upper 90.
Number 22, Natalie Denon.
Good pass there by Purnell to find Denon inside. So 5-1 now, Bedford up. 1:14 remaining in the quarter. The official sets up the draw, blows her whistle. And a whistle there. They're going to give the ball
legal
to...
check, yeah. It was up towards the player's face. So, again, it's a player safety issue.
So that looked like a similar move there where Kylie kind of moved the ball forward, or at least got the ball went forward, whether Kylie did it or not.
Yeah, I think the officials want them to make that concerted effort to get the ball up, and if they do it up and towards one side, forward or backwards, then it's a different story than just going straight forward.
Here's Matthews, makes a cut, leaves it for Kylie. On the short side, pass up intercepted by Concord.
Great
stick check, ball taken away. Matthews gets it back. Good offensive forecheck there by Bedford. Now Kylie one-on-one, makes a move, drifts across, gets it over to Matthews. She makes a cut in tight and scores.
Tough to stop that close. I mean, she's looking for corners and she buries every time. Well done by Liv Matthews to finish that.
So 18 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Bedford up 6-1. Picking up where they left off here. Players at midfield for the draw, Kylie, along with Lucy. And the ball goes to Bedford again. Matthews able to pick that up. They got a little bit of time here. Let's see if they get a shot away. Matthews coming in, pauses, feeds inside. Oh, she couldn't get the ball to Muir, or Muir couldn't get the ball into her netting or webbing. And time will expire here with the Bulldogs up 6-1 after one.
3 goals by Liv Matthews leading the charge, 2 by Maddie Kiley. They got another by Natalie Denon, and 6 goals to start this game. Nice job by the Bulldogs to get out to a great early start here in their opening game of the season. On the other side, Brooke Nelson with the goal for the Concord Crimson Tide. They've had a few possessions. They've been patient, trying to take the air out of the ball for this potent Bedford offense. So sometimes the best defense is to keep it on your offensive end. Seems like the strategy the Crimson Tide are going to pursue throughout this game. Coach Anderson trying to keep it away from Matthews and Kiley, that deadly combination for the Bulldogs.
That draw really is key in a sport like lacrosse. Possession is so important because once the ball is in the possession of the other team, then the only thing you can do is try to force a turnover, which is not always easy to do. Bedford has been able to do that on Concord twice. On 2 of their possessions, they're able to score on 1.
And it's such a specialized thing, too, specifically in lacrosse. I mean, hockey, it's usually kind of a 50-50 or maybe a 55-45. In lacrosse, if you have a dominant face-off or draw player in the boys or girls game, it can make a huge difference to the outcome of the game.
Can't score without the ball.
Yeah, that's true, and it almost becomes a make-it-take-it type situation. You know, you score a goal, you go back to the face-off X, you go back to the draw, and you win the draw again, you're right back on the offensive end.
Well, we'll see if Concord can adjust their attack at all, or at least adjust the face-off a little bit, because Kylie is really having her way with the ball going in the direction she wants.
She sure is, and she's getting it right to Matthews each and every time. Those two have played together quite a bit. They're anticipating where that ball was coming out, and as Kylie is doing so well with it, she knows where Matthews is going to be, and therefore it's leading to possession time and time again for the Bulldogs.
The horn blows. The intermission is over. Teams will return eventually. Both sides, both coaches taking their time here, getting their last-minute instructions in. 12 minutes on the clock. The officials gesture to the teams that they need to break things up and get on the field. Teams will change ends. Bedford will now go from your right to left. sun has gone down. Things are getting darker here under the lights.
Yeah, it's like we're in totality right here, Harry.
Getting there. That's kind of what it looked like.
It's about right. Of course, we're referring to the eclipse yesterday. We had an earthquake last week. We had the Sox home opener today. We had a 65-degree, beautiful spring day. It was phenomenal out today, and a great day to start these lacrosse seasons for both the boys and the girls.
And Pelletier gets the possession there for Concord, so they get the start they want, trailing by 5 goals. That's Arndt with the ball. Get a whistle.
Ooh. That's a tough call there. It looked like she had her arms out equal pressure, but they called the illegal check there on Kylie. Now the ball goes on the turf, but Crimson Tide come up with it. Good hustle there on the ground ball.
Pelletier, number 10. She gets the ball back on the pass. Looks for an opening. Here's a charge. Broken up by the Bulldogs. Ball on the ground, but it's in a place where Concord's able to chase it down. Philbrook with it. Sends it down low to Lucy. There's a cutter. They didn't get the ball to them. Now another pass inside, broken up, and it rolls right to Cy. She's able to pick it up. Bedford takes over. Matthews being harassed. Has to get away from Pelletier and manages to do that. Heading for the midfield stripe. And there's a cross-field pass to Norris. Now back to Matthews.
Bulldogs relieved some pressure there on the defensive end. A nice calm clear. Matthews took her time getting it through the midfield. Norris on that far side with some patience.
Here's Denon drifting up. Back to LeBlanc. LeBlanc crosses goal line extended. Now the pass up to number 15. LeBlanc. Shot by Muir, stopped, and she gets her own rebound, puts it in.
Good persistence there. Poole came up with a save with her right foot on Muir's first shot, but it bounced right back out in front, and Muir was there to scoop up the ground ball and finish high. Well done by Megan Muir. (7-1). Bulldogs out early.
Concord unable to cash in their early possession here in this quarter.
Yeah, and it seems like the Crimson Tide are having these long, deliberate offensive possessions and frequently coming up empty-handed, whereas the Bulldogs, they get it down there, they'll take their time, get things set up, but they're not really delaying their approach to the cage as Matthews and Kylie control another draw here.
Whistle there.
I didn't notice it.
Bedford will maintain possession. Matthews restarts. Cross pass to Purnell. Matthews again. Purnell looking for a lane. Now she pulls back. Changes direction, comes in tight, and
Good
scores
redodge.
on a bounce.
That was a phenomenal job at a redodge, and by that I mean she dodged but was defended well. Took a little bit of a hesitation, a little delay, and then redodged the same player. Was able to split two defenders and squeak by him, and that high bouncer finds the back of the net. 8-1, the Bulldogs. They're getting into cruise control here early.
Wrestling Federation. Oh, no, that's you know what he reminded me? He reminded me of the guy down in Philadelphia that used to,
Draw at center X.
Well, Justin used to when he started.
Kylie against Lucy.
This time Kylie
forward
keeps
again.
it for
Kylie
herself.
got it.
Yeah.
That pad didn't move first. She just gets the ball moving forward. She just has to go and meet it. Now Bedford on the attack once again. LeBlanc.
The Concord girl.
3 Bulldogs behind net. Rogers.
He didn't say pass it by.
Pass up now.
I believe that's Muir back there with them. Ooh.
A hit to the face there. No call.
Yeah, wow.
Kylie
Kylie took one right to the noggin and no call. It likely should have been a yellow, but I'm
Muir.
thinking
Rogers.
they couldn't figure out whose stick was in the face of Kylie there.
Denon is directing traffic behind goal. Rogers goes forward. Now Denon cuts in front, whips around and scores.
Yeah, it's a nice way to direct traffic there. Denon's deadly as she comes from behind on the right side from goal line extended, gets a step on her defender, is able to wrap around to that little sidearm shot. It looked like she was trying to look for some cutters from up top as she directed the other offensive players to start cutting from up top of that formation, the top of the fan, and decided to say, look, I'm going to take it on my own.
Well, it looked like the defenders all moved in a direction, pulled the defenders away. So Denon had just lots of room in front of that net to make that move.
That's that whole idea. You know, if those defenders are down in the fan for too long, that's a defensive 3 seconds, so that's a foul. And they did slightly alter that rule for this year, so instead of stick length, it has to be stick and arm length. So it does help out the defenders just a touch, but still, you have to stay pretty close to the offensive player you're marking. Another win.
For Bedford.
Yeah, another
Denon
draw win.
Gets it to LeBlanc. Rogers behind goal.
You know, you look at this.
Looks for an outlet.
You would think that 2,000 people went there, but it's.
There's Kylie.
150. Oh, did you see the soccer field? Oh, yeah. Oh, beautiful.
Morgan Widener in the game now for Bedford.
Obviously, I had never been there.
Kylie drives and scores another.
Nice job, Hattie now for Maddie Kylie. Maddie with the Hattie. She's got 3. Matthews with 3. 2 for Denon, 1 each for Purnell and Muir. And that's just an example of Kylie being strong and fast. I mean, she's gets ahead of steam, runs through the defender's check, and gets her hands free enough to make that shot, beating Poole for the 10th goal for the Bulldogs.
Off the draw, move forward, and Kylie's able to pick it up. Again, Bedford with the possessions.
Yeah, that one right there was made by Muir as she came in. Megan Muir was able to bat that back to Kylie. It was coming off pretty hot towards the sideline, and Muir got her stick on it. Not enough to catch it, but she was able to at least direct it back to Kylie, earning another possession.
That's Molly Noonan with the ball. Whistle's blown. Bedford will retain control. Noonan, Kylie, Purnell, and Muir. Muir waits. Purnell gets it to Kylie. Bedford just taking their time here, looking for a lane. Muir, there's a cutter. Didn't take it. Now over to Denon inside the slot area. At least that's what they call it in hockey. Turns around and puts it in.
Just high of the crease there, Harry. That was a phenomenal catch in traffic by Natalie Denon. And I'm sure the defender thought she was going to roll to her right hand, her strong hand. But she gave what we call a little bit of a rocker step. She got the defender leaning to Denon's right hand, but came back to her left, and she was able to finish with her offhand. Nice job by Denon finishing in traffic.
Go ahead, run that clock, man. Go ahead.
So 11-1, we're at 6:20 to go in the second quarter, and we get the running time signal as we are at a 10-goal margin.
And Bedford controls again. Denon up to LeBlanc. LeBlanc takes it behind goal line extended. Gets it to Rogers. Rogers behind goal. Surveying things. Noonan to Kylie. Kylie right around the 15-yard line. Gets it to Purnell. Now Muir has it. Back to Purnell. Back to Kylie. Kylie drifts in a little bit, backs off, finds the cutter inside in Purnell, who scores.
Yeah, it's great stick work in traffic again. Audrey Purnell catching that through a couple of defenders' sticks. Was able to cradle and get the shot off in tight. Again, Poole had little to no chance as Purnell was right there on the doorstep.
Well, it looks to me like you have the Bedford players like Kylie and Purnell just kind of waiting outside the perimeter looking for cutters, and as soon as they find an open one, they get inside and boom, it's in the net.
Yeah, that's part of it too. I mean, you have to make the cut, you have to see the cut, you have to deliver the right pass to the open stick, you have to catch it, and then of course the finish. So there's a lot going on there, and those two players executed it to perfection.
Concord able to win possession off that face-off, so now they're on the attack with 4:26 to go. In the second quarter, they trail 12-1. Let's see what they can come up with here. Pelletier lets it hit the ground. She picks it up. Gets it over to Arndt. Arndt passes it away. And here's an opportunity pass. That was a kind of an ill-advised pass, I think. But they're able to maintain possession. Now they have a chance to reset. Pelletier has a lane to the net, takes a shot. It's a save, but we have a whistle here. Looks like it's going to be a free start here for Concord and for Pelletier.
Good save by Cy to at least force them into the free position. And honestly, if I'm Audrey Purnell, I'm going to take that foul each and every time. You're preventing an easy goal there. Cy steps up, and there you go. That's where taking that foul pays off. They did earn the 8-meter free position, but the Bulldogs' defense was up to the task.
Yeah, Pelletier, she had room and then just got swallowed up by the Bedford defense. And now the Bulldogs on the attack. We've got some new players out there. Schlossberg carries it in.
Yeah, 12-1 here early in the game. You hope that some of these substitutions are going to start getting some time, and we're seeing that already.
Purnell to Muir. Back to Purnell.
Yeah, some of these formations that you're seeing on the offense are very similar to what you see in basketball. Two players down on the block, exchanging, making some picks off the ball, trying to get their teammates open for these feeds from up top.
Have a free start here.
Almost like a motion offense. Coach Gibbs would be really proud of this team.
Purnell gets it inside now to Muir, and we get the whistle. Looks like a free start here for Muir. Not at the 8-meter mark, but I guess she will have an 8-meter start.
Yeah, they'll put her over on the right side. That's tough here. She might try to get herself a little bit better angle, and she's a righty, so this is an advantageous position for Muir. There she goes, takes a couple steps to the right and was able to finish. Nice job, Megan Muir.
The way she held that ball, she got the goaltender to commit.
second goal for Muir, and yeah, you're absolutely right.
Kind of a hockey move, you know.
I
when
was
you're
just about to say that, right?
You're on
dangling.
a breakaway, and you get the goaltender to kind of make their move first, and then you've got them in an awkward position. You just put it where they ain't.
Commit, then dangle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I made reference to the basketball team. Congratulations again to them as they won a state championship this year. They do have 3 basketball players on this roster here for the lacrosse team, so that's fun to see. Multi-sport athletes excelling on both the court and the field.
They even have a multi-sport athlete as a manager, Madison AU, goaltender for the hockey team.
Concord wins the draw this time. We're going to try to get one on the board before the second quarter expires here. Just under a minute to go.
That was Merrill behind the net. Back up top. Brown with it. Philbrook sends it back behind the net. Now pass up front. Shot.
Nice job.
And a goal right there. So Concord able to break the streak. That's number 12 scoring for them. Ramshaw.
Yeah, high bouncer there from Ramshaw. She drove hard to her right hand. Again, was called, but got the shot off, and that high bouncer went over the shoulder of inside into that top left corner. Tough shot and well-earned goal by Maley Ramshaw. And that'll do it for the first. Yeah, that'll second quarter. We'll end the first half. 13-2 is your score as the Bulldogs show an early lead and cruise throughout this first half.
And we'll have second half action for you moment. You're watching girls lacrosse on BCTV. And we are back. Second half coming up. Bedford with a 13-2 lead. And you have to wonder what the coach for the Tide, Steve Mello,
Coach Anderson, yeah. So
had to say to his charges on how they can respond here after falling behind by 11 goals. They did manage to get the final goal of the half. So if there's any momentum from that, we'll see if that plays here in the start of the third. We are in run time as the differential is above 10. Bedford controls. Going left to right, it's Kylie. Gets it to Rogers. Rogers takes it behind goal line extended. Waiting there is Denon. Denon changes direction. Got a defender on her, McGee. Muir now up top. Back down low to Denon. Denon with McGee watching her. Muir decides to move toward the net, now backs off, looks for an opening, gets it to Denon. Denon pass inside to Matthews off her stick on the ground. Concord's able to come up with it, so they're able to neutralize a Bedford possession here, not giving up a goal.
They're playing a little bit of a different defense there. The Bedford offense was largely stacked on the offensive right side, so away from where the play was, and they were running what sometimes is called a backer defense, so they had an extra defender over there trying to help out with a double team as soon as there was any hint of a defender getting beat. And in this case, it worked out for them.
Now the pass intended for a Concord player. I'm trying to get that number. It's a little hard to see those numbers, those black numbers on a maroon background. Is that 24? Smith misplayed the ball. Either way, Bedford's got the control now.
Trickles out of bounds, and Liv Matthews gets things started. All the way across the field, Libby Norris.
I guess Makita Berry in the game now. Rogers behind goal. Picks up the loose ball. Gets it to Kylie. Kylie moves in. Triple team right
double
there.
and
Takes
triple
a
team,
stick
yeah.
to the head.
That'll be a yellow.
Going to send her off for a few minutes to think about what you did.
2 minutes. So Bedford will have another man-up opportunity here. And Maddie Kiley will get things started here for the Bulldogs, as the Bulldog offense gets arranged.
She does have a lane if she wants to go in, but she does not.
They'll work it around, get a shot with time and space. Maybe get a cutter through the middle.
Matthews over to Muir. Rogers tried to cut, blocked. Now Kiley. Pass down low to LeBlanc, and her pass is intercepted by Poole. So Concord's able to stop Bedford again on the offense. And the Tide cross the center line, lose the ball. Bedford picks it up, or they tried to anyway. Now they come up with it, Gibson.
Just outstanding hustle there by Liv Matthews, getting back, getting a check on that Concord player, and getting the ball on the turf to give her teammates an opportunity to scoop up the ground ball.
Bedford on their third possession here, haven't scored in this half. Still 13-2, 8:50 to go in the quarter.
And they're currently a player up. They have an extra player right now, so move that ball quickly, and you should be able to get an open shot.
Ball's on the ground momentarily. Quick reaction there by the Bulldogs. They get it back. Now Kiley in the slot.
We're going to get a shooting space called here. So Kiley will earn a free position.
Coming in straight on.
Top left of Poole. Avoids the check and finishes the shot.
Again, that hesitation move, able to get Poole to open up.
Fourth goal for Maddie Kiley. 14-2 is your score with 8 minutes left in the third. Yeah, and you're right. It was that hesitation move again. She waited for the check. As soon as it swooped over her head, she took an extra step to the side of Poole and reached around her. Was able to tuck it in on that far side.
And she also has really good stick position. She's fighting off the checks, keeping that stick as far away from the defenders as possible while maintaining possession. Off the draw. Concord wins the possession. They have a chance here. They've had a couple of possessions that ended in turnovers in this half, but now they get set up in the Bedford end. Lucy to Pelletier, over to Philbrook. A cut inside, defended well, but they maintain possession here.
Good luck. Ooh.
Couldn't complete the pass. It's on the ground. Bedford picks it up. Great defense there by the Bulldogs.
That was a beautiful look on that backside. I didn't quite see the number, but
I think it was Ramo, 22.
And she was open there for a split second. They just couldn't quite make the connection. It was a sure goal if she had caught that.
Here's Rogers behind the goal. Up to Schlossberg. Coming off the bench. Matthews, Muir, Purnell. Bedford taking their time here. 6 minutes to go. 14-2 lead. Pass down low and a shot.
Good
and a goal there. Number 23, Molly Noonan, but that one.
Great job by Noonan coming around right hand, similar to what we saw Natalie Denon do earlier in the game, catching that ball in traffic, was able to protect her stick and get around for that right-handed bouncer, and was able to beat Poole. So Noonan's first goal of the game, the freshman getting in the scorebook.
Clock continues to run here. 5:23 and counting here in the third quarter. 15-2, Bulldogs up.
Yeah, you saw the Concord defense try to jump into a double team there as soon as one of the players touched the ball. I'm not quite sure who they were targeting to double, but there was a certain call from the bench, and they moved into a double team to try to force an error, a turnover, get the ball on the ground, and kind of a desperate attempt to regain possession.
Bulldogs win that face-off. It's Rogers behind the net. Noonan over to Schlossberg. Matthews up top. Purnell back to Matthews. Now Muir drifts in, tries to find a shooting lane, pulls up, gets it back.
Good
And that's intercepted. Pass intended from Morgan Widener is picked off. Now it's on the ground. They have to hustle to pick up the loose ball. They do. Nelson's able to get it for Concord.
Yeah, great defense in there by Sydney Brown. She was covering the player right there on the crease and was able to pick that off. But now the
Lucy
Bulldogs,
turns it over.
great ride, earns them another possession.
Here's Schlossberg. Runs into a double team now, drops it back. That's Leah LeBlanc.
That's just great hustle by the Bulldogs team. They lose control of the ball, they lose possession, but they hustle. They're getting all the way back, trying to earn it back. And now we
Whoa! Did you see that behind the back?
A little BTB.
Behind the head shot there by Matthews on a pass from Rogers.
Yeah, Liv Matthews, right place, right time. It looked like the ball just kind of bounced up to her stick, and then she's scooting right down the middle and dead to rights. Abby Poole again, just not much she can do at that point. A little razzle-dazzle by Matthews. Love to see it. Right time, right opportunity. And, you know, believe me, if you don't score there, your coach is probably a little perturbed about that. But
yeah, if you're gonna do a move like that, it better work.
But again, you like to see it. You want to see them expressing themselves, having a little fun with it. You're not trying to belittle others. You're just, you're adding a little flair to your offensive approach.
Now, sometimes you need that. I mean, again, referring back to hockey, you see players scoring goals with the stick between their legs. Sometimes that's the most available play. It's not meant to show up a player or a team. It's just the way you got to score. Bedford controls, and they get it into the Concord zone. Denon goes behind goal line extended, leaves it there for Noonan. Now back up top. Purnell, Kylie. 2 minutes left here in the third. Now Kylie directing traffic here. Noonan back to Kylie. She moves to her left, looking for that cutter. Had Schlossberg momentarily.
Good team defense there by the Crimson Tide. But they let it up late. Muir takes a stick to the head, but scores anyway. Pass inside from Denon, who gets the assist, and Muir buries. So Megan Muir has the Hattie. Denon with an assist.
And what happens on the blow to the head? Is that waved off on the goal?
I'm not sure they saw it. I didn't see a flag or a card come out, so I'm not sure the officials saw the stick to the head, but I know Megan Muir felt it.
She definitely reacted to it. I guess the price you pay going to the goal.
Hard-nosed goal. She'll take it, I'm sure.
17-2 now. Off the face-off, it's won again by Bedford. Pass up. That's Denon. Carrying it in. Goes to her usual station behind the goal. Gets it to Noonan. Purnell gets it to Schlossberg, number 31.
Here comes that double team I was talking about before. They get it to certain players, and they're looking to double team quickly. And, you know, there are some players that you want to double team, and there's some players you don't want to double team. And so they might be choosing with specific strategy who they want to do that to.
They're just going to let the clock run out here.
And that's the end of 3. 17-2 is your score as the Bulldogs, again, in command after 3. Home opener for them and season opener as well. And they're looking quite strong in their first game as they look to go back-to-back on a state championship run.
They definitely do look strong, and you know, despite losing a number of seniors on last year's championship squad, they are doing quite well here, having no trouble at all.
They do have the state champ.
Taking a moment here to look ahead on the schedule.
I guess they just didn't fall last year.
After tonight's contest, they will play an out-of-state opponent on the 10th. Kennebunk, Maine. They'll be at Kennebunk at 5:45 p.m. on the 10th, and then return home on the 12th for Dover at 4 p.m. So, quick road trip, huh? Going out to Maine tomorrow. And then right back here on, I think, Friday night for Friday afternoon, 4 o'clock for a home contest against Dover. And I take it the boys did well today. I did not catch the broadcast.
They did quite well. They won handily over an overmatched Concord squad, a very young Concord squad early in the season. So it was a rather lopsided victory in favor of the boys team.
I see now on the NHIA website 21-1.
Yeah, that was a tough day for the Crimson Tide. I thought it was 19, but you know, we'll go with 21 if that's what they want to put. I thought it was only 19-1, but.
And Dover's on their schedule on Friday as well, although they'll be in Dover for that one. The boys will be. Looking at some of the other sports on the Bulldogs schedule. Baseball opening with an 8-1 loss to Pinkerton at Pinkerton in Derry. That was yesterday. Probably the eclipse made it hard to hit the ball. Lost it. Lost in the sun. No, I lost it in the moon shadow. They'll be opening at home on the 10th, 4 p.m. against Concord.
That's Alvern, though, isn't it? You're looking at Alvern?
Am I looking at Alvern?
Oh, Harry, you're killing me.
Oh, yeah, you're right, I am. Sorry. No, but Bedford did lose. They lost 2-1 today.
That was today, right?
Yeah.
Today.
Against Keene.
Yeah, Corey Parker was in here a little bit earlier saying the pitcher from Keene was throwing absolute heat at the Bulldog squad today. You brought up some flair. I'm not sure if you saw a goal. I believe it was by a BU ice hockey player where he was streaking down the left side, brought the puck back between his legs, and fired it across to a winger on the right side, and they scored. It was a phenomenal goal. If you haven't seen the replay, Harry, you being a hockey guy,
I'll have to look it up. I know that the Frozen Four is coming up, and Denver is one of the teams in there.
It was amazing. I think it was by BU. So Denver is one of the teams. BU, I believe Michigan, and I forgot who the fourth was. But
Boston College and University of Boston.
Yeah.
Boston U are both in there.
Anyway, if you haven't seen it, please look it up. You're gonna be amazed by this stick work of this young man.
Teams change sides. Concord controls. They lose the ball out the back line. Bedford will take it back. A lot of turnovers for the Tide today.
Got some wheels on that far sideline.
Yeah, just ran by everybody. It's got a number on that bus.
Great job there. I believe that's
That was
Makita
number 9.
Berry.
Berry, yeah, Makita Berry showing off some wheels.
Took a little while for us to catch up with her to figure out what her number was. It's tough to see from the press box up here, especially all the way on that far sideline.
Bulldogs taking their time here.
Yeah, so here's that pressure we were talking about. Concord extending out in certain circumstances, and as they extend out, they get a bit overextended. Here's the double team.
Yeah, I can see that.
Causes what we call an odd man, an odd person situation, a 2-on-1 away from the formation. So if the Bulldogs see that coming, they can move the ball quickly and end up with the 1-on-1 with the goalie.
Ball on the ground.
Again, it's a similar, kind of concept as you see on the basketball court. You draw one, you dump it. You draw one, you dump it, and eventually you get an open shot.
Natalie Denon picking up a free start here. Picking up
Free
foul there on the
position,
ball.
Harry. Free position.
Free position.
There you go. That's all right. I know the terminology
I'm
gets
learning.
a little. Yeah, it's fine. I'm sure our viewers out there are learning as well as Denon cashes in on that free position. She now has 4 goals. 2 steps in, bounce shot right between the legs of Poole. That's a tough one. And Denon with 4, and the Bulldogs with 18.
Runtime continues. We're down to 9:40.
Bedford goal number 22, Natalie Denon.
Yeah, the boys team was quite dominant today. Again, that was a young Concord squad. The only goal that Concord scored was actually a pass that was intended for a player on the crease. They missed the connection, and the ball just ended up in the goal. So it was a little bit of an unfortunate goal on the Bedford defense. They were stellar all game long. And as we said, I believe the final was 19-1.
Bulldogs on the draw, get the possession. Denon chases down that loose ball. Pass to Schlossberg. Up to Kiley and to Muir. Muir once again.
Got some substitutions on the back end for the Bedford defense. Malia Janicki's in near side.
There's another blow to the head there.
Morgan
Not called.
Widener in.
Lucy got a stick there.
Good
There's a
pass.
shot run down by Bedford. Denon's going to back that up, and they'll maintain possession.
Peyton Balduke is out there,
Yeah, I saw that.
as well as Andy Nugent.
Really? But they wanted to, I think, concentrate on baseball.
There's a pass inside. Schlossberg unable to control it, but gets the ball back in time. Bedford gets the chance to reset.
You get 35 in the championship game.
7:44 to go. There's a shot high. Chased down by Denon. Bedford still controls. Denon comes up. Now drops it back. And a turnaround there by Leah LeBlanc. Another Bedford goal, number 19.
Well, Leah LeBlanc's 15. That's goal number 19. I think that's what you meant, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Bedford goal by number 15, Leah LeBlanc.
Nice job by LeBlanc, able to finish there. Again, I say this frequently. They're doing a really nice job of finishing in traffic. It's not as easy as they're making it look. Sticks flying everywhere, distracting you from catching the ball. To be able to catch it, get possession of it, make a move here or there, fake the goalie, and then finish. Bulldogs have been doing well with that all evening long.
From the draw, loose, now picked up by the Bulldogs, and it looks like possession will go over to Concord
Yeah, it was
instead.
an empty check there again, they called. It was a tough one there. Liv Matthews was trying to bat it going her way, and instead of just batting the ball alone, she caught the stick, so they called the empty check.
Oh, yeah.
Arndt behind the net. Pass out front. Good defense. Behind goal line extended. There's a wheel around. And a score. Is that 22, Arndt, with the goal?
I think it's 33. It's
33.
Sophia Payne. She came around hard from that right side, just powered through the checks with that strong right-hand drive, and got enough space and enough of an angle, and was able to beat side.
Goal by number 33,
Sophia Payne joins Ramshaw and Nelson in the scorebook for the Crimson Tide. But it's still quite a margin as the Bulldogs lead 19-3.
Yeah, with the clock ticking down to 5 minutes in regulation time. Off to draw. Didn't really go up, but they're going to let Concord possess it anyway. There's a stick check and a steal by Bedford, so quick turnaround there. Reach from behind. Denon gets it up to LeBlanc. LeBlanc goes to the goal line, gets it back to Denon. Purnell to Matthews and Kylie. Slosberg, number 31, now behind the net to Noonan. She draws double team, balls on the ground. Fighting for possession here, and Noonan's able to pick it up.
See, I appreciate that double team. That's behind the cage. That's a less vulnerable area. So if Coach Anderson wants to look at that double team to try to put pressure on it, to me, behind the net is a much better place to try that.
There's a pass that's going to get run down here and saved by the Bulldogs. Good hustle there to maintain possession. Purnell gets it back on top to Matthews, and now Bedford's able to reset their attack here. Matthews tried to get it inside to LeBlanc. She couldn't come down with it. Ball's loose, and Bedford is able to get it back. Molly Noonan with the loose ball recovery. We're down to 3:22. Noonan gives it back to Kylie, Matthews, and Purnell. Purnell waits. Matthews drawing some attention here. Now double team. She has to get over to Purnell. Purnell thinks about a shot, now drops it back.
Yeah, see, that's where that double team is a real tough challenge on your defense, because you're starting an odd man right at the top of where all the play begins. Right here, you're jumping it. Yeah, you're trying to force a turnover, but these are highly skilled players and very difficult to turn over Liv Matthews.
Matthews just making a big circle here, trying to play keep away here. Bedford perfectly willing to let the rest of the clock run out. We're at 2:30.
Here's the double team, and now you see Purnell not even looking to move. So with 19-3 as your score, Coach Hodgson is just saying, okay, let's run the clock out. We don't need to necessarily score anymore.
Liv Matthews pulls back. Now gets it back from Kylie. Under 2 minutes.
As they run out the clock, quick scoring update for you. Liv Matthews, 4 goals. Maddie Kylie, 4 goals, 1 assist. Natalie Denon, also 4 goals, 1 assist. 3-1 for Megan Muir, 2-1 for Audrey Purnell. 1 goal apiece for Leah LeBlanc and Molly Noonan. That rounds out your scoring. 19 goals for the Bulldogs. 3 for the Tide were by Brooke Nelson, Bailey Ramshaw, and Sophia Payne. That is likely going to be your final unless we get another one here in the last 80 seconds. But as you can see there, with that very deliberate approach to the goal and then retreat, the Bulldogs are not looking to add to their 19-goal total.
Concord able to get the ball back here with a minute to play.
They play in positions where they should be, too.
Drawing a lot of attention there, but able to escape. Number 5, Brown.
Purnell gets sent behind, but they start quickly. Here's Nelson. Scoots and slips out of her stick. And again, the Concord doesn't seem to have a tremendous amount of urgency right now, down 16 goals with 30 seconds left. Drive hard there. I believe that's Lily Merrill. Inside, ooh, can't make the connection. Nice ground ball. Sai steps to her right, but I believe that shot was off to the left anyway. Concord chases it out. They'll have possession, but possession will not occur as the final horn sounds. The Bulldogs come away with victory.
That's going to do it here from Bedford High Stadium. 19-3 victory for the defending champion Bulldogs. Corey Munster-Tiger, thanks for joining me on the broadcast. On cameras, we had Mark Marai and Bill Jennings, and of course Andrew Bird and Dale Bird and Andrew Fenn back at the studio taking care of things there. Your final 19-3. You've been watching Bedford Girls Lacrosse on BC TV. Good night, everybody.